Ye that have escaped the sword, go away. Stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. We are confounded, because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces, for strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and through all her land the wounded shall groan. Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord. Ever heard of flat earthers, guys? Yeah, there's a story in the Bible. It actually starts earlier than that. And sorry if you can hear some background TV going on. It's right above me in the living room. My dad and my brother are watching something. So, yeah, we have like a little bit of a snowstorm coming. Or it's snowing pretty good right now here in Minnesota. I'm reading a couple comments. I got stuck on Roderick's. This CGI photoshopped coffee doesn't measure up. Yeah, I didn't make coffee either. So, anyway, what's on your screen is just a little, it's a little Tower of Babel and a lightning storm that I recorded, and the Book of Enoch, chapter 56. And I want to read for a while a few of these chapters. And so that's why I put it up on the screen. I don't know if you can see it very good. I can make it bigger. I could probably make it bigger, but I want to read this story. Okay, so the title is The Burden of Sheol. And I don't know if you guys saw I can't even see it now, the description. It was something like the side effects of living on a spinning ball include the burden of Sheol. Because people aren't always understanding the nature of the time. And I'm not saying I do either. But I think that the angels have returned or are returning or whatever because we've been loosing them out of their prison. Men have been loosing angels out of their prison. And men don't even know that they're doing this. So that's scary. It's scary. So I want to read about it, though. And I was trying to think of a way to do this. That's why I put the Tower of Babel there. What I want to do is I want to put something on the screen that every time that it mentions these angels or anybody going up to New Jerusalem and treading it underfoot, I want to mark it on the screen somehow. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this is such an important thing to understand, is that the temple of God is up in heaven, literally in the sky. He's above the earth, guys. And this is one of the things that Isaiah was talking about, and I don't remember, is somewhere in the 40s, chapter 43 or 45, I don't know where it was. 48 maybe. 48 maybe. The Lord was saying that we would think that he had left his throne. But he hasn't. So, anyway, there's a lot of things going on in the sky, though. So, let me just read. It's probably best that I just read. So, this story, it should explain itself, but I got to figure out a way to mark the screen here there's a way to do it. I just got to find a picture of a rocket or something. What else goes from the ground up? Oh, I guess the Tower of Babel. But what else? I have an animated rocket here. Let's see if this will work. Okay. So it's not very good. There, I can put it there. That's actually a good spot for it because... Oh, do I have my green screen on or something? No? Okay. Sorry if that's annoying, too bad. Keep it in mind. There's only one thing that goes up there, guys. Okay? From the ground. Up to the sky. Now airplanes, yeah, but rockets go up to the sky. So in the background here, just so you know, it's drone footage from my drone of a lightning storm. Okay, sorry guys. Starting in verse 5 in chapter 56 of the book of Enoch. And in those days the angels shall return and hurl themselves to the east upon the Parthians and Medes. They shall stir up the kings, so that a spirit of unrest shall come upon them, and they shall rouse them from their thrones, that they may break forth as lions from their lairs, and as hungry wolves among their flocks. And they shall go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. So I should, with the rocket here, okay, they shall go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. You know what I gotta do? I'm pausing there. How do I write New Jerusalem on the screen or something? How do we do that? There's gotta be a way to do that, isn't there? Oh yeah, I think I got a way to do it. Hold on. Sorry. My bad. Okay. Text overlay. This might work. Wait. Plus. Okay. Let's see if this will work. New. Yes, it'll work. New Jerusalem. And we gotta move it though. How do we do that? Oh, that's easy, I guess. Maybe. Whoop. Okay, hold on. We got it. I'd try to make it bigger, but I'm not, okay? Because it would probably take me... Alright, we're going to make it bigger. We got the time. Okay. Let's go. It's gonna shrink. Okay, we're gonna go twice as big about. There we go. And then there we go. Okay. That's pretty good, isn't it? You guys can see that. Whoops. Okay, so what's that rocket doing? It is flying at New Jerusalem. Okay. And I actually have... I'll play a video after a while. Yeah, I'll play a video after a while that you guys are like. Sorry that I'm just getting almost like... I'm not trying to like bore anybody. I never do this text thing on my program. Okay. So that's all set. Alright. So I'm going to repeat the verse. And they shall go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. When they return, these angels. Okay. Then it says, and the land of his elect ones shall be before them a threshing floor and a highway. So like, maybe we could go something like, wait, how do I do this? Oh. I'm just playing, but here, let's do this then. There. That's what that verse said to me. And the land of his elect ones shall be before them a threshing floor and a highway. New Jerusalem, guys. Now listen, it keeps talking about this in the next verse. This is verse 7. I'm right, if you guys can see the screen, I am right here. But the city of my righteous shall be a hindrance to their horses. Well, when I started the stream, I read out of Jeremiah 51 about Babylon, because the Lord said he would send Babylon he would send them. I can't remember what it said in the place where I did read it. Turning there, I don't know why I closed my Bible. The city of his righteous ones will be a hindrance to their horses. So it said here, where is this? It's right here. For the spoilers shall come unto her from the north, saith the Lord. As Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. Ye that have escaped the sword, that's where I started reading. Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. That's why we're talking about New Jerusalem. That's the Jerusalem that's gonna come down from heaven. Okay, and then it says, we are confounded because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces, for strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. See that on your screen where it says New Jerusalem? That's the sanctuary of the Lord's house. And look who's in there. Okay? It's the sky. The things that are going up into into darkness too, which is, and we're going to talk about that because that's part of the burden of Sheol. And so this place Babylon, though, it says some things about it in this. I'm just skimming Jeremiah 51 really quick because it says her cities are a desolation, a dry land, and a wilderness, a land wherein no man dwelleth, neither doth any son of man pass thereby. So, and also he says, I better read this part. The Lord of hosts, this is verse 14 in Jeremiah 51, so it's not on your screen, but it's a different verse out of my Bible. The Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift a shout against thee. He hath made the earth by his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heaven by his understanding. When he uttereth his voice, there's a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Every man is brutish by his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood. Flat earth guys, it's truth. Your molten image is falsehood. And there is no breath in them. You guys, take your masks off. There's no breath in them. They are vanity, the work of their errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish. All right, so then back to the book of Enoch. The reason why I went to Jeremiah 51 here was because I wanted to verify kind of what this was saying. It's a hindrance to their horses. Because looking right at the beginning of Jeremiah 51, it says, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Okay, and then it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. Reminds me of Apollo. And against him that lifteth himself up. These words have meanings, guys. Lifteth himself up in his brigandine. That's like a metal suit of armor. Might as well hop in a rocket, right? Lifteth himself up in his brigandine. Spare ye not her young men. Destroy ye utterly all her host. Destroy ye utterly all her host, it said. Okay, so flee out of the midst of Babylon, guys. Deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render her a recompense. Unto her a recompense. So now here's the thing. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that hath made all the earth drunken. All the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. All right, back to Enoch. So there's a hindrance to their horses. Okay, I'm one of it. I'm part of it right here. I'm against what that we see doing, treading New Jerusalem underfoot. I'm against it. I'm against it. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Verse 7, But the city of my righteous shall be a hindrance to their horses, and they shall begin to fight among themselves, and their right hand shall be strong against themselves, and a man shall not know his brother, nor a son his father or his mother, till there be no number of the corpses through their slaughter, and their punishment be not in vain. In those days Sheol shall open its jaws. So now keep in mind, we're talking about New Jerusalem. It's up in the sky. But there's other things up in the sky, like darkness. And so try to stay like on the edge of your seat here, or whatever you want to call it. Pay attention to what we're going to be reading, okay? In those days Sheol shall open its jaws, and they shall be swallowed up therein, and their destruction shall be at an end. Sheol shall devour the sinners in the presence of the elect. All right, so then we go. This is where, you know what? Let's put New Jerusalem back up at the top. I don't like that. Treading it underfoot. Okay, so we're going like this. All right, now let's read this. Too bad there wasn't like a little guy in there, because that's what we need. Let me find a little guy. We need a guy. I'm being kind of goofy right now, but we do. We need to get a. We need to have men to ride in this chariot, or a man, or somebody has to ride in this chariot. Oh, let's use this guy. We'll use this guy. He's gonna ride in there. He's headbanging to the beat. Okay. I try to make it a little bit fun. Right? Uh-oh. I see my name in the chat, and I haven't been paying attention, but I see the arrow up from Anthony. I see... Oh, there's a bunch of you guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, so this guy is in this... Whoops. Oh, I think I moved the Tower of Babel a little bit there. Making this rocket a little bit bigger. Okay, so there's Elon in his little spaceship. Let's read about that in the next chapter, right here. And Elon's kind of in the way, but I'll read it. And it came to pass after this that I saw another host of wagons. Ooh, we might have to get a different background video going. Yep, we do. I got to go find it, though, because I want you guys to hear what Enoch was hearing when or what he's talking about. I want you to hear it. And I want to hear it, too. So I'm going to play it in the background while I read it. It's called, we're going to go to a rocket launch. Okay. We're just going to go to a rocket launch. And here we are at our rocket launch. Okay. So this, you know what? Well, it's not important. It launches, and then, there we go. It launches, and then the sound comes way later. But I just want to hear the sound. or have you guys hear the sound. So it'll start up. I'll probably have to turn the volume down a little bit once it starts up. Okay, and it came to pass after this that I saw another host of wagons and men riding thereon, and coming on the winds from the east and from the west to the south. And the noise of their wagons was heard. And when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven remarked it. And the pillars of the earth were moved from their place. And the sound thereof, I don't know if, I think I got a headphone issue going or something. Sorry, guys. Oh, I guess maybe not. Whatever. It's shaking the microphone, I'm sure. You guys hear the sound? Okay. It shakes the earth, the air. It shakes the air. And, I just wanted you guys to hear the sound, okay? Because it says, when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven remarked it, and the pillars of the earth were moved from their place. And the sound thereof was heard from one end of the heaven to the other in one day. And they shall all fall down and worship the Lord of spirits. And this is the end of the second parable. Alright, so that was enough of that. And I'm going to put it back on that lightning storm, I guess. Okay, just because that was a decent background. Okay, next chapter. And I think we're going to skip a couple chapters here, possibly. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. No, we're just going to read. We're just going to keep reading. Okay. This is chapter 58. And I began to speak the third parable concerning the righteous and elect. Blessed are ye, you righteous and elect, for glorious shall be your lot. And the righteous shall be in the light of the sun, and the elect in the light of eternal life. The days of their life shall be unending, and the days of the holy without number. And they shall seek the light and find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. There shall be peace to the righteous in the name of the eternal Lord. And after this it shall be said to the holy in heaven, that they should seek out the secrets of righteousness, the heritage of faith, for it has become bright as the sun upon earth, and the darkness is past. I gotta stop here. So this is one of the biggest parts of Sheol, guys. Darkness. It's dark there. So and these verses here are talking about, well, you'll find out in the next verse, this is talking about this darkness being destroyed. And this is literal darkness. This is the same darkness that was upon the face of the deep in the very beginning when God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. This is that same darkness. It's going to be destroyed. Okay, I'm going to read this verse, or I'll read that line again. And the darkness is past, and there shall be a light that never endeth, and to a number, I don't know what that means, of days they shall not come. For the darkness shall first have been destroyed, and the light established before the Lord of spirits, and the light of uprightness established forever before the Lord of spirits. Darkness shall have first been destroyed. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, he was talking about the lightning and for a blessing or a curse. Okay, and this is the one where he sees the heavens trembling and shaking. I don't want to read this whole one. And this has Leviathan and I think it does. Yeah, Leviathan and Behemoth. Okay. We're going to go to chapter 61. And we might skip this one. This is the one where they bring you know what? This is almost like a prophecy of flat earth too. I think. But I think we're going to skip on this one. maybe maybe I should read it. Yeah, we're gonna read it. Should we read it? Yeah, we'll read it. Oh, I just went to look at the chat now. Hey, Growler, what's up? Good to see everyone. Jamie, no, we're not. No, Sheol is not the earth. Captain Caveman knows where it is. It's in the second verse in the Bible, guys. It is. Space, darkness. Now, we can go over as soon as I get done reading some more. Actually, we're probably gonna skip this chapter because I want to go to chapter 62 and read maybe even that. I'm trying to get to, like, this is such a good chapter though. Such a good chapter. Yeah, we better read this. Oh, this is the one I wanted to start with. But yeah, there's so much. But yeah, we got to realize that there is a verse in Isaiah that clearly gives the idea that hell is being moved when Jesus returns. That's like go to Isaiah 14 verse 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Like this is other versions say that the spirits in Sheol get excited or something upon his return, and so they go up to meet him at his coming. Okay? So the idea I'm getting is that hell is moved from beneath at the end. And I think we have a clear sign that there's a place where NASA and SpaceX think they go that's not where they think they go. And so when we're talking, I mean, this gets deep, you guys, that we're talking about faking space, or it's not that they're faking space. It's that they're believing a lie. A really bad lie to believe. And it all comes from 7 planets. And these are the actual spirits that are deceiving and defiling mankind because of the forms that they take in the sky. Men have been serving them forever. Serving the stars and the host of heaven. If you think our world doesn't, what's NASA? Why does our governments all go to space and spend billions of dollars? They spend $400 billion in a year to go to space. $400 billion. $400 billion. Probably more this year. What I'm saying is that's not anything but serving those evil spirits up there. They think they're planets. They think they're a place to go. Why do you think they take those forms? Sorry, I'm just kind of ranting for a second. Why do you think they take those forms, guys? We act like, in this world, we act like we know everything. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what they taught us in school. We already figured it all out. And here's what the ropes are. That's what they taught us. Who in the world was taught that we don't know hardly anything and that we're subject to a higher power that I don't know. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Okay. Is this chapter 62? Yeah, it is. Right? Yeah, okay. And thus the Lord commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, and said, open your eyes and lift up your horns, if ye are able to recognize the elect one. And the Lord of spirits seated him on the throne of his glory, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him. And the word of his mouth slays all the sinners, and all the unrighteous are destroyed from before his face. And there shall stand up in that day all the kings and the mighty, and the exalted, and those who hold the earth. And they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his glory, and righteousness is judged before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then shall pain come upon them as on a woman in travail, and she has pain in bringing forth, when her child enters the mouth of the womb, and she has pain in bringing forth. And one portion of them shall look on the other, and they shall be terrified, and they shall be downcast of countenance, and pain shall seize them, when they see that Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. And the kings and the mighty, and all who possess the earth, shall bless and glorify, and extol him who rules over all, who was hidden. For from the beginning the Son of Man was hidden, and the Most High preserved him in the presence of his might, and revealed him to the elect. And the congregation of the elect and holy shall be sown. Okay, let me read that again. And the congregation of the elect and holy shall be sown. That means like planted. That might be important coming up here. It will. So they were sown. The congregation of the elect and holy shall be sown. And all the elect shall stand before him on that day. And all the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces, and worship and set their hope upon that Son of Man, and petition him and supplicate for mercy at his hands. Nevertheless, that Lord of spirits will so press them, that they shall hastily go forth from his presence, and their faces shall be filled with shame, and the darkness grow deeper on their faces. And he will deliver them to the angels for punishment, to execute vengeance on them, because they have oppressed his children and his elect. And they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and for his elect. They shall rejoice over them, because the wrath of the Lord of spirits resteth upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. And the righteous and elect shall be saved on that day, and they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and the unrighteous. And the Lord of spirits will abide over them. With that Son of Man shall they eat and lie down and rise up forever and ever. And the righteous and elect shall have risen from the earth, and ceased to be of downcast countenance. And they shall have been clothed with garments of glory. And these shall be the garments of life from the Lord of spirits, and your garments shall not grow old, nor your glory pass away before the Lord of spirits. Alright, in those days, this is chapter 63, in those days the mighty and the kings who possess the earth implore him to grant them a little respite from his angels of punishment to whom they were delivered, that they might fall down and worship before the Lord of spirits, and confess their sins before him. And they shall bless and glorify the Lord of spirits, and say, Blessed is the Lord of spirits, and the Lord of kings, and the Lord of the mighty, and the Lord of the rich, and the Lord of glory, and the Lord of wisdom. And splendid in every secret thing is thy power from generation to generation, and thy glory forever and ever. Deep are all thy secrets, and innumerable, and thy righteousness is beyond reckoning. We have now learnt that we should glorify and bless the Lord of kings, and him who is king over all kings. And they shall say, Would that had rest to glorify... maybe I read that wrong. Would that we had rest to glorify and give thanks and confess our faith before his glory. And now we long for a little rest, but find it not. We follow hard upon and obtain it not. And light has vanished from before us, and darkness is our dwelling place forever and ever. That's what NASA and SpaceX want. They want to move to Mars. This is a serious thing, you guys. It's like truth is being revealed, and every one of us has the opportunity to receive the truth, look at it and receive it, or to reject it. And unfortunately, people want to reject it. And this is why we're talking about the burden of Sheol, because we're in a serious time right now. I didn't know this 5 years ago. I didn't know we were in a serious time, but I sure do now. Look at the world, guys. Flat Earth 5 years ago or whatever. What SpaceX is doing in the last 5 years is crazy. It's insane. But all I see it as is Dragon. He knows he has a short time. So that's what that's what I'm seeing. Okay. Not done reading yet. And now we long for a little rest, but find it not. We follow hard upon and obtain it not. And light has vanished from before us, and darkness is our dwelling place forever and ever. For we have not believed before him, nor glorified the name of the Lord of spirits, nor glorified our Lord. But our hope was in the scepter of our kingdom, and in our glory, and in the day of our suffering and tribulation he saves us not, and we find no respite for confession, that our Lord is true in all his works, and in his judgments, and in his justice, and his judgments have no respect of persons. And we pass away from before... Oh, here we go. And we pass away from before his face on account of our works, and all our sins are reckoned up in righteousness. Now they shall say unto themselves, our souls are full of unrighteous gain, but it does not prevent us from descending from the midst thereof into the burden of Sheol. And after that, you guys, why are people wearing masks everywhere? Do you guys notice that all this is talking about people's faces nonstop? Verse 11, and after that their faces shall be filled with darkness and shame before that Son of Man, and they shall be driven from his presence, and the sword shall abide before his face in their midst. Thus saith the Lord of spirits, this is the ordinance and judgment with respect to the mighty and the kings and the exalted and those who possess the earth before the Lord of spirits. The last day of his long suffering is creeping up. Like it's I don't know. They're treading underfoot New Jerusalem. I don't care if you think it's fake or not. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not. It's certainly fake. But it's going to make the whole sky roll back like a scroll. So it's not that fake, right? To me, that's important. We should understand that that's going to happen. And look at this. And this is the next chapter, chapter 64. And other forms I saw hidden in that place. I heard the voice of the angels saying, these are the angels who descended to the earth and revealed what was hidden to the children of men and seduced the children of men into committing sin. Okay, then we get to, look at that. In those days, Noah saw that the earth that it had sunk down, and its destruction was nigh. Wow. Wow. Okay, so did you guys notice how many times that was talking about people's faces being covered in shame and whatever else? I mean, I wonder if I hit Control F if we get face. There's 3 times on this page. And we pass away from before his face on account of our works. Yeah, their faces shall be filled with darkness. Let's see here. Let's go back again. I just want to... 5 in this chapter. 5 times it says face. And all the unrighteousness are destroyed from before his face. And the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces. And their faces shall be filled with shame, and darkness go deeper on their faces. and they shall never thenceforward see the face of the sinners and the unrighteous. I haven't seen many faces lately, so whatever. Probably coming true too, right? I'm just saying. There's no faces in chapter 60. Or in chapter... chapter 60. I'm hitting Control F on every page. I just want to see where it says face. Okay, we're probably good. The Burden of Sheol. Do you know what the solar system is Sheol? That's what it is. It's not real, but it's real. Like there really is planets. But let's look at that word. Let's see here. Let's go to Bible Hub. Let's where's that word? We can find it. Well, 1 John 2:21 I think is a good place to go, or 2:26 or something. I can't remember. We'll find it. Or is it? Yeah, it's 1 John 2. And then there's a video I want, because okay, the reason why I can tie Sheol with space is because that's what it is. It's darkness. It is literal dark. It's literal darkness. That's what the firmament is, you guys. Okay, God made the firmament. And what did he do? He put lights in the firmament. Otherwise it's dark. Right? I'm just saying. I'm just pointing that out. If it's not, if he didn't have the sun, moon, and stars in the firmament, or light, because he created light, on the, I guess, the first day, right? Anyway, 1 John 2, I want to say it's 26. Is there 26? Yeah, there is. Concerning them that seduce you. Yeah, this is the one I want to see. Like there's some tricky words in that I've learned lately. Okay, look at it. The King James says, "These things have I written unto you concerning them that seduce you." I'm like thinking, who's that? Well, let's look at the Greek word for that it's using there for, or that seduce is coming from. We gotta wait for this page, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it says wait for the page. Okay, we'll wait. Okay. Forget about that page then. I don't care. Exit page. Thank you. The book of Enoch really separates out, doesn't it? Okay, so we're gonna get rid of Mr. Elon Musk there. He's plenty smoked up now. Alright. Do you guys get it? New Jerusalem, treading it underfoot. Revelation 11. I'm going to read a couple verses. It's about the temple of God, the same place, New Jerusalem. Same place that I just took off the screen there. And it says, John's told to rise and measure it. There was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of God, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. So there's another place where it says they're going to tread it underfoot 42 months. That's the holy city, guys. That's up in the sky. That's New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. Right? And then in Daniel, I'm just showing you a couple more places where I've found this idea. So it's not my idea. It's actually something that happens, and that's actually happening right now. That's how I know. You just have to look up there. Yea, he magnified himself. This is in Daniel 8. Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. But that's not where I was trying to read it. It says, well, at the very end of it, see, it's all about a kingdom and a dominion. And the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. So they have dominion of that host right now with their space station. But that's about to end. That's about to change, because it says here, this is Daniel 7 verse 26, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume it, or to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. That's the Son of Man. That's Jesus. So, yeah, it says, verse 13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came, and it's even capitalized, came with the clouds of heaven. Behold, he cometh with clouds. And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion. So when this happens, that's it. It's forever. And it says here, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever and ever. But there would have to be all this stuff that in his vision was going to happen before that. So, and all the stuff in his vision's happening now. How's that? So, like, when I'm thinking about it, you know, I'm thinking about the sky falling down and darkness pouring in, or whatever you want to call it. Does that mean there's not going to be any air to breathe? And then just fire? And what does that mean? It's just going to be a lake of fire, or what? I really don't know. But if we kept reading in Enoch, which maybe we will, I'm going to go to the... Okay, because in chapter 67 of the book of Enoch, there is an eternal lake of fire. Okay? And it happens to be the waters above. Dark waters above, guys. And no, I didn't make this up. Enoch did. And in those days, the word of God came unto me. Oh, I guess it was the word of God that did it. It wasn't even Enoch. It was the word of God. Or is this Noah? This is actually Noah that it was... But he goes to Enoch, though. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so let me just read this last verse. Because these waters of judgment minister to the healing of the body of the kings and the lust of their body. Zero gravity. Science platform in zero gravity. Low Earth orbit. That's what this is talking about. How they're going to do a bunch of, like, you know, health study stuff and get a bunch of science, like vaccines or whatever. They're going to think they're going to be getting healthy, you know, like STEM research or whatever they do. I don't know. But it says that in here. Those waters shall in those days serve for the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, for the healing of the body, but for the punishment of the spirit. Now their spirit is full of lust, that they may be punished in their body, for they have denied the Lord of spirits and see their punishment daily, and yet believe not in his name. And in proportion as the burning of their bodies becomes severe, a corresponding change shall take place in their spirit forever and ever. For before the Lord of spirits none shall utter an idle word, for the judgment shall come upon them, because they believe in the lust of their body, and they deny the Spirit of the Lord. That's why you want to get born again. You want to be born. You don't want to be living in like the flesh, you know, physical material part of this world, like that's important or something. It definitely is important. Like we all have to get up and, you know, feed ourselves, and like it's winter here right now. It's 0 degrees, so we have to heat our homes, so that, we have to figure that out. All the things we have to do to stay alive, that's part of life. But it's definitely not like always easy. It's actually difficult a lot of the time. And so when people, I don't know, the part of our body, or the part of our life that I think we can clearly separate it by just thinking of like something, like say a word inside your head without your mouth saying it. You still said the word, right? Like, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to say the word Daniel inside my head right now. You guys didn't hear me say anything, but I know that I said that in my head, right? It's not, I'm just using it for an example. That is because I did say that. What that part of me is not made of dust. It's not made of dirt and blood and bones and flesh. That part's made of spirit or whatever. But it says that we come into the world like by the flesh. And we can be born of the Spirit of God. And I think that happens by receiving His word. The word that He said. The words that He spoke. The whole Bible. If you read the Bible, it's not just a book. It's not just a book, guys. Not just a book. It's revealing secrets right now. Oh, I want to watch a video. So I'm going to take maybe I'll just leave that and we'll watch it on here. Let's see. I'll see if I can. I think I have the video in here already. This will be just part of chapter 18 of the book of Enoch. And it's not, and also I think it's going to be also Revelation 17. And there's some mysteries revealed in this video. And if you want me to play it twice, I can. Because I had to watch it twice. Because it's an older video that I made and I didn't really remember what was in it. So here it is. It's probably like a year old or something. But the information in the videos, current information, good information.
Place which had no firmament of the heaven above. Beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of the heaven above, and no firmly founded earth beneath it, and there was no water upon it, and no birds. But it was a waste and horrible place. I saw there 7 stars, like great burning mountains. And to me, when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, "This place is the end of heaven and earth. This has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven."
Okay, I'm going to have to play that part over again, because this is something that, if this is new information to you, then all I'd say is it was weird for me too when I heard about this prison. And we can read about it in Revelation 18 also. It mentions the same prison. So I want to play this beginning again. Because when he says 7 mountains burning with fire, other prophets saw 7 mountains too. Very important, guys.
A waste and horrible place. I saw there 7 stars, like great burning mountains.
So he said there's stars, but they were like great burning mountains.
And to me, when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, "This place is the end of heaven and earth. This has become a prison for the stars and the host of heaven."
Okay, so where are the stars and the host of heaven? Are they not in the firmament of heaven? That's where God placed them. Right? So this place, did you notice how he worded it? This place has become a prison. He didn't say God made this place a prison. He said this place has become a prison. And you know what? There's another place in the Bible, in Revelation 18, where an angel says that he says the same exact words, except he says habitation. But we can go to the Greek there and find that it's the same. It's the same. It means a prison or a hold, a cage, a jail, whatever. I don't know what you'd say. Listen to this. This is crazy. So that angel told Enoch way a long time ago, whenever Enoch was experienced this, he told him that there's a place between heaven and earth, at the end of heaven and earth, there's a place that is a prison for the stars and the host of heaven. And he'll continue on to explain that. But in Revelation 18, an angel says with a mighty voice, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. You guys, sits upon many waters. The sky does. The sky is over every nation, and the sky is going to fall because of what we are involved in, because of the sorceries that we've learned. Oh man, that's in here too in the book of Enoch. Oh, you guys can't see that page anymore. Okay, so I will keep playing this video. Pay attention to these 7 mountains though, because John in Revelation saw 7 mountains, and there's a mystery that is totally revealed by these 2 prophets, and it's a very important one.
And the stars which roll over the fire are they which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, because they did not come forth at their appointed times. And he was wroth with them, and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated, even for 10,000 years. And Uriel said to me, Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind, and shall lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of.
Okay, I totally didn't pause it when I was trying to there. I was on the wrong page. Sorry, guys. What I want to say... Whoops. I'm on the wrong page again. I'm sorry. Okay, what I want to say was, listen carefully, because this is telling us that the angels that were buried for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, okay, that were led off the abyss of fire, this is telling us that those angels are in the same place as those stars and the host of heaven that are imprisoned, okay? That's the connection I want you to make too. This is saying that the blackness of darkness, that where the planets are, or that word, we didn't finish looking at that word because John 2:26 never opened. 1 John, that word seduce, it is planeo, which that's where we get our word planet. It means to cause to wander, to lead astray, to deceive, defile, whatever. All right, it doesn't mean to defile, but that's what it says right here. So I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit, and yeah, this is crazy.
As gods. Here shall they stand till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of.
Okay, so here's...
I saw their 7 stars like great burning mountains.
Revelation 17.
Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
They're horns, guys.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords, and King of kings, and they that are with him are called, and chosen, and faithful.
And he saith unto me,
The waters which thou sawest, where the horse...
That means I gotta pause it when it starts skipping like that. So, yeah, guys. Did you get... Who caught the mystery there? Of the 7 mountains that Enoch went to this wilderness, or this dark place, and he saw 7 mountains, right? Burning with fire, but they were stars. And he explains that those 7 were the ones that did not obey God. God gave them a specific course, and they disobeyed God. So God bound them, and that's obviously when it became a prison. Because it wouldn't have been a prison if there wasn't anybody to imprison there. Okay? So there is 7 stars, which are angels, and however they take those forms, they're trying to make men go there, obviously. So men have fallen for it, and here we are. And then we also have the Genesis 6 angels, the ones that came down to the earth and took human wives and created offspring, and before the flood this happened. Genesis 6. And then yeah. So I think what we have is, I think with Apollo, and I'm talking about the lunar missions to the moon that supposedly happened, that was when we first started getting fallen angels. That was the beginning of their rising, or whatever. That was the beginning of them returning to the earth, was that technology. And I mean like rocket technology. So I'm going to chapter 21 of Enoch, because I want to just read a couple verses here. Enoch says he's kind of repeating what he said in chapter 18. He says, "And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven bound together in it, like great mountains, and burning with fire." So then, I'm just saying, there's, again, he says the 7 mountains burning with fire, great mountains burning with fire, 7 stars, okay? So the stars that transgressed are the planets. That's what we call planets in this world. And they're not a place to go. They're actually evil luminaries that are working together with those fallen angels that are taking different forms, probably in the form of space stations, or I don't know exactly how it works. Do you get what I'm saying? So then it's amazing when John goes there. I'll try to find the part in the video here and replay it. When John goes there, and what he says, he sees. Okay, first of all, let's talk about one thing about Babylon the Great that I think is greatly overlooked. Babylon the Great is not on the earth. It's not on the earth. It's in the spirit. So whatever that means to you, to me, in the spirit means up in the sky. I think you have to go up to heaven to be. I'm not saying I understand that realm, but I'm saying the celestial world is a spiritual world. So John went to there when he saw all this stuff, when he saw Babylon the Great and the beast and all this stuff in chapter 17. He was in the spirit. He was probably not even in his body, I guess. He wasn't in his body. He was in the spirit, whatever that means. But it wasn't on the earth. Anyway, so let me play it again.
Filthiness of her fornication.
And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition.
Do you guys catch that? Okay, I've filmed the space station fly over my house. I've filmed it hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. There's no question that there's something flying over, and it's really moving fast, and it's really high up there. It's way above the clouds. Way, way, way up. Okay, and it moves way faster than anything on Earth could ever move. Okay? It moves as fast as, like, the sky. Like, I would guess it is moving with the sky. That's what I think. It's moving with the sky, turning, you know? And maybe it can move around while it's doing that. I don't know. But whatever it is, this 7th mountain, or this 8th mountain, wouldn't that be an 8th wandering star? And that's exact. Let me show you what the ISS looks like. I'm gonna see if I have I'm gonna have to find a video of it, but I have a video of it. I just don't know where. I do know where, but I don't know if it's really a good video or not. Let's see. Okay, this is I guess this is a video of it. I guess, I don't know, we'll see. Might be an old one, might be a new one. I'm gonna kill the volume though. Okay, this is a video I took of the space station. It's not very good. I'm not saying it's good. It's not supposed to be good. It's just a video. It's hard to film it. So I zoom in, then I lose it, and then I have to zoom back out. Then I lose it. The point I'm making is that this thing that flies over on a schedule that we have apps for it, guys. You know, we have apps that you can get an app and it'll tell you when it's right over your head. And you can go outside and look and there it is, you know. Totally consistent because it's up in the sky on the path of the angels. And God's got a clock up there that's perfect. So if you set a trajectory or whatever they're doing, apparently you can have a perfect, you know, orbit or whatever you want to call it. But they're not orbiting a globe, guys. That's the tricky. There is no physics up in the firmament. There's no, you don't fall in the firmament. You don't, you know, you don't have like, because the firmament is not even a place. It's not a physical place. It's not where a body should be or could be. So I think anything that's up there myself, I believe that that's just strong delusion set by God. That's what I think. But so that's the ISS out of focus, obviously. Um, but there's more. But there's more. So these little wizards have thought they're clever. Watch. I'm gonna kill the volume a little because this was really loud last time I watched it. Okay. Here we go. Watch this. Should be this one. No way. No, they're not cutting my stream. It says not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That's strange. Let me open the widget. So it says poor right now, but it'll change. I don't know why it does that. Every once in a while. Okay, it should, I just saw Roderick had wrote Illuminati cutting stream. Can you guys hear me okay? It looks like the video maybe was pretty bad, wasn't it? Maybe I should just try. No, but think Red Dragon is China. Commie pieces. Does China make fire come down from the sky? Maybe they do. I was reading Roderick's comment there. Yeah, not all the stars are bad. All the stars go in a circle around Polaris. It was brief? Okay. We're going to try playing the video. The point of this video is just to show that NASA's just a bunch of little wizards, guys. They don't realize it. They believe that they're doing something for mankind. Like, are you kidding me? But that's what they believe. For real. It's kind of sad. It still says I have a poor stream health or whatever, but stream settings, yeah, I'm not going to change any settings. Stream health, I don't know. Sorry, guys. It says healthy, and then now it says poor, so hopefully it's not choppy. The video was choppy, and I think, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to reorganize this. We're going to get rid of some pictures here. Isn't that pretty, the lightning storm from the drone? But we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to go back over to this. So this video, guys, it hasn't been long that we've been doing this, is what I'm saying. We should not be doing what is on his chalkboard, okay? This is new. This is a new thing. It's a new wizardry thing that we've fallen into. And all I gotta say is, come out of her, my people. Don't take part in this. Don't believe in it. Don't have anything to do with it, because there's a better kingdom, and it's not darkness. You guys are in love with the darkness. China is Red Dragon. But Red Dragon flies in the heavens. It's not a country. So they're building something to go to Mars, and the music is supposed to make it more intense. Yeah, Anthony, that's right. It's about 17,000 miles an hour or 17,500 miles an hour. Now, the flat earthers are like, you can't ever get nothing to go that fast. You guys, yes, you can. I don't know why you would say you couldn't. You can't do it down here where we fly planes because there's air. But if you go up where the air's so thin, which we're not supposed to go up there, but if you do, It's. I don't think it's your end, HB. Welcome, by the way. I think that's me, and I don't know why it's not receiving enough video. Maybe you know what, I'm gonna try to go to my settings. Actually, thank you. I'm gonna go to my settings on my streaming. Everything looks like green as go, but I don't know. Settings. Let's see what my video output. Let's see. Our streaming, or that's not what I'm looking for. Video. Oh, I can't do anything. Can't do it. It says it's active, so I'd have to turn it off to change settings. Well, sorry about the buffering. If there is buffering, I feel awful about that. Because I do actually have, my computer says I have a full internet access. Healthy access. Sometimes if I ignore it, it goes away, right? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That's scary. I want to play this video. Hopefully it plays. Sorry, guys. Check this part out about the firmament, guys. See, there's darkness right there? That's in darkness. The earth is down below. That was my program there. Okay, you guys get the drift there. I don't know why I had that going. It's like kind of dragged out there, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. So if you send a balloon up, I'm not talking about curvature, okay? I think if you go into outer darkness and you look back on the earth, you're probably going to see curvature. Because that's what the evil spirits in Sheol want you to see, okay? I'm just saying, these prophets reveal these things to us, and only because they've manifested into the world. The prophets were shown them, and we would have no clue, except that they exist now, and we can look at them. I mean, we can. When John went there, it was the end of the world, right? It was he was being shown the things that must come to pass at the end, He was being shown those things in a vision. And then he saw those 7 mountains. And people are always saying about 7 hills in Rome or something. Come on. Old news, guys. 7 mountains. Enoch called stars mountains. And Enoch saw 7 mountains. And then when John went there was a beast. And that's what we're going to research, this beast right now. Because there was a beast. I'll read the verses here. It said, here's the mind which hath wisdom. This is Revelation 17, verse 9. And here's the mind which hath wisdom, the 7 heads. Because he had just seen a beast that had 7 heads. Okay. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. 7 mountains. So then it says, in verse 11 it says, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. Well, this beast, we can read about him. There's more. Verse 8 says, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. Do you guys get where I'm going here? Out of the bottomless pit? Out of the bottomless pit. And go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast, when they look at it, when they see it. That was and is not and yet is. So this beast was scarlet colored. Look on your screen. How many coincidences do you want? It's the 8th wandering star that's in the sky. So we could say it's the 8th mountain, right? We could. The 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, they're 10 kings. They're not men, okay? Not men at all. John would have just said they were men, I think, but here's what, just to change the subject. Oh, wait, not yet. I'm gonna lighten up the mood here in a minute, with a little bit of, space fun stuff. But I wanted to research this beast a little bit. So there's more about this beast. In Revelation 11, that's the beast that kills. I'll read it. If I can find it. I went too far. Okay. Okay, and when they have, this is verse 7, and when they have shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. Okay, so there's this beast that comes up out of the bottomless pit. You know where else this beast is? And a lot of people are going to have an initial reaction and say, no, you're wrong. It's in Revelation 13, verses 1 and 2. And you got to hear me out. I know it said the bottomless pit. It sends out of the bottomless pit. Well, look what this one says. Saw a beast rise up out of the sea. See, now, this is a long story if I want to read the first part of the verse, where it says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea. If you look back into the Greek, and if you research this, you will find that part of this verse, this sentence right here, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, that actually is part of the last verse in chapter 12. And it says, the dragon was wroth with the woman. This is verse 17 in chapter 12. The dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. And he stood upon the sand of the sea. That's what it is. And then it should be John starting out in 13 saying, I saw a beast rise up out of the sea. So this is the beast ascending out of the bottomless pit. There's dark waters above, guys. Dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. Have you guys ever heard of commercial resupply services? We're going to go over the desktop and do a little research here. CRS, NASA. We're going to look at just the Wikipedia, I guess. Let me get you over here. Commercial resupply services are a series of flights awarded by NASA for the delivery of cargo and supplies to the International Space Station on commercially operated spacecraft. The first CRS contracts were signed in 2008 and awarded $1.6 billion to SpaceX for 12 Cargo Dragon and $1.9 billion to Orbital Sciences for 8 Cygnus flights. So 12 Dragon flights and 8 Cygnus flights. You know who else? I mean, I just got to tell you. Do you know that Ezra might have seen that contract? Would I be crazy to say that? That sounds crazy, right? Let's go to... Oops, that's not what I wanted to do, actually. I wanted to go to sacred... what was it? Sacred texts. Because we're going to go... Because this is a little bit of a different version. I like reading different versions. So we're going to go to chapter 10 or no, 11. We're just going to go to chapter 11. This is a dream that Ezra had. And I just wanted you guys to keep in mind that there was 12. This first contract had 12 Dragon missions. And it had 8 Cygnus missions. And they're competing against each other, just so you know. SpaceX is competing against Orbital for the contract, so that's why there was a lot of people competing for the contract, and then SpaceX and Orbital got the contract, and it was 12 for SpaceX and 8 for Orbital. Okay, just going over that quick because I think this is here. This is crazy. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth, and all the winds of the air blew on her, and were gathered together. And I beheld out of her feathers there grew other contrary feathers, and they became little feathers and small. Okay, so there was contrary feathers is what I want you to read. I've never read this version, actually. But it tells us about these contrary... It tells us how many of these contrary feathers there were. And I don't remember where. I'm just seeing. Right here, verse 11. And I numbered her contrary feathers, and behold, there were 8 of them. Lots of coincidences. Beck from Oz in the house. What's up, Beck? We need to live stream together soon. Next, you and Growler, I want on my channel, and we can have a great conversation. That would be fun. So maybe Ezra saw this contract. I don't know, because I sure see it. And there was a dragon. Look at, here's a picture of the dragon giving power to the beast, guys. I didn't make it up. And Anthony, I saw you said something about, let's see. Where was it? You were talking about how we wouldn't be able to see it if it was going that fast. Yeah, we would. Because we can see, we can triangulate from the ground. Me and you could do it, Anthony. We could pick a time when it's going to be going in between us, and we could look at it, and you could measure the angle that it is in the sky, and I can measure the angle that it is in the sky, and we can tell how high it is, and then we can tell how far it's going by, like from horizon to horizon, it only takes like, I don't know, 7 minutes or something for it to go, like, cover the whole sky. And it's 200 and something miles up if you triangulate it. So I don't think it's 250 miles. I don't think there's anything up there more than strong delusion. That's what I think it is. But there we are. Yeah, I just 12 cargo dragon and 8 Cygnus. That's just interesting to me. Always has been. Let's see. So back to where I was. Video. I was gonna change the tone of things. Because that was about all I wanted to. The spinning ball, you guys, is old news. We all grew up believing it, and now, if you want to, you can prove to yourself, or you can prove to yourself. You can prove to yourself without doing any experiments that the Earth is not spinning, not rotating. Just look at the floor. That's good enough. Actually, I've still yet to get an answer from someone why they do think that the Earth is rotating or spinning. No one has ever given me an answer, ever. Of course, I don't accept when someone changes the subject. That's not an answer. When they point up at the sky and say, because this happens up here. I wasn't talking about the sky. That's not an answer. I was talking about the ground. What makes you think it's moving? Just really, what makes you think it's moving? Because it's not moving. That's one of the biggest ones. And then water. Water's flat at its surface all the time when it's at rest. But it doesn't curve around a ball. Ever. It just doesn't. And look at that. What a perfect timing. Horizontal horizons just came in. Welcome. Did God gives us domain over animals, or are we supposed to be vegan? I think that Adam and Eve, I don't really know. I don't think we're supposed to be vegan because after the flood, God granted Noah, or he gave Noah, you know what, let's look at that. Let's go look at that. He made a deal with Noah, kind of. Let's see here. Where would that be anyway? Rainbow in Bible? That might be Genesis 9? Well, it would be after that, I guess. I don't know. I should just look at my Bible, guys. Here, I'll show you what we're going to play, but
We're tagging an
we're tagging an asteroid, but we're wearing our masks. Okay, hold on. We're going to play that in a minute. They're going to tag an asteroid. Tag team an asteroid. It seriously says tag team on their shirt, you guys. Wow. Okay, so in Genesis, we have... I'm trying to deal with my mic cord here. Or my headphone cord, sorry. I don't have a microphone in my hand, guys. I'm not holding the mic like that. I could be. Maybe this is a okay, so let's see here. I do set my bow in the cloud, which will be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. Ooh, here we go. This answers our question. I'm just going to read starting in chapter 9, verse 1. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. There's the answer. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. And at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. And you be fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there be any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. So I think we get the gist of it. Yeah, he said every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. That means food. So we're not supposed to be vegan. Or I'm not saying that. I totally worded that wrong. I'm not trying to get a bunch of haters here. I meant, it doesn't say we're supposed to be vegan. I don't think it says either way, but it says that every moving thing is to be meat for us. So, I got red in the face there for a second. Let's see. So, you guys have to pick. You know what I want to do? I just want to play this video that of the stars, and then head out. But of course, we have to watch about the masks. But after that, I'm gonna skip to a 10-minute video of stars with music, and we can chat in the chat. And you guys have a good one. Seriously, the solar system is Sheol. Stay away from it. Get away from it. Run from it. It's darkness, it's evil, it has nothing to do with the kingdom of God. Once you go flat, you can't go back. You can't globe back, whatever. It doesn't happen. Just ask Jesus to show you the truth. I'm not sure if that works, because I didn't even ask him really. Well, I didn't ask him to show me the truth about this subject necessarily. I've asked him to show me the truth. I've asked him to give me wisdom, or to give me understanding of things, like especially when I'm not understanding something that I feel like I should be. But even more than that, he gives abundantly, guys. He makes us see things we really wish we didn't want to see. He makes us understand things we really don't want to understand. But it's, I'm being sarcastic, but yeah. Let's watch this video. These freaks.
Asteroid.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Michelle Fowler from NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, COVID-19. And thank you for joining us. As you can see, I'm struggling with my mask here a little bit. COVID-19. As you can see, I'm struggling with my mask here a little bit. And if everything has gone right tonight, a little bit of Bennu will be coming back to Earth in 2023. So let's get one last visit with our social media desk. James, what's going on? This is one of these evenings where it's such a privilege and a pleasure to be working for NASA and for the idea of scientific exploration. So I'm Dr. Michelle Faller. As you can see, I'm struggling with my mask here a little bit. We still have to deal with the challenges of COVID-19. So please bear with us today as we are working with our masks and trying to do this the best way we can. As you can see, I'm struggling with my mask here a little bit. COVID-19. And for NASA, COVID-19. Bennu, COVID-19. COVID-19. And for NASA, COVID-19. Bennu, COVID-19. Bennu, COVID-19. COVID-19. Bennu, COVID-19. Good night.
You have to move back. You have to remember your spacing. Move back. It is too close. If you can touch the person in front of you, that means you're way too close.
It only happens when I try to type in the chat. It starts skipping when I try to type in the chat, so I'm gonna have to stay out of the chat. But what I was gonna write is thank you all for your kind words in the chat, and yeah, I just can't say how important it is to call on the name of the Lord right now in this world. The world that, if you look around, it's falling apart. He's flying with the clouds, and this is what's happening. Things are changing, and we're coming to a time when we read about it tonight. They'll all worship him. They'll want to worship him. They'll want to confess their sins to him. But he will push them out of his presence. Don't be that. It's like a pride thing too. Like people might think that it's hard to stand up for Jesus or something, but if you all dig down into the very bottom of your heart, you don't got nothing else. He made you. There's nothing else that, like, and our life that we live right now is in this world is flesh and blood or bones, whatever. Just keep that separate from the spirit, and remember that I think reading the Word of God, you could be obviously opening the door and listening for his voice, and you will find yourself a different person. You just find yourself changing. And I think that's being born again of the Spirit of God and learning his gig, not ours down here. All right, I'm going to try to play this again. see if it starts skipping. All that means is you get more of me cutting in and talking. I don't know why. I think it's like when I type and I hit enter, and then I don't know if it's my chat. It could just be my imagination, but yeah, sorry about the interruption. So what I did want to point out is, though, when you see the star trails and you see that circular thing of stars going on in the sky, just know that God's throne is at the center of that. That's God's throne. There's a crystal house there, and the angels go in and out of that house, and what does it say? 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of angels encircle that house. And that's what we're seeing in the sky. That's the kingdom of heaven right there. We can see it with our eyes, so that's pretty cool. I like this song. This is the 2017 August 21st solar eclipse. I went to Nebraska to film it. Alright, I'm killing the volume because I got a couple verses to read while this plays out here. Hopefully I get the mix right. Who knows if I will. Because I like the song. I don't know why. It needs more cowbell, but I still like it. Psalm 18:11 or 9. It says, He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. He rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Verse 30 says, As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. Alright, I'll turn the music back up. I just saw all the darkness on the screen and I was like, I gotta read those. Whoa, I hit the wrong button. I guess we're back here again, sorry. Alright, here we go. And you know how I was talking, sorry I'm cutting in again. You know how I was talking about calling on the name of the Lord? And how important that is right now? No matter who you are. Doesn't matter if you've ever been to church. That has nothing to do with this. This is something that is real. This is something that it's the maker of you. The one that formed you in your mother's womb. He put you together. And he's breathing life into your nostrils. Hopefully you're not wearing a mask. But I want to just read a couple verses of that like really changed my life. That's what I'll say. They really changed my life. in Revelation. John sees this vision of the time of the end. He sees all these things, these scary things and whatever. But he also sees, I'll read what he sees. He heard something first. He didn't see something right away. He heard something first, and then he looked and saw it. I'll read that. So I was in the Spirit. This is John speaking here. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet. Something like, like, I don't know, but sound like a trumpet. Saying, so it was saying something. I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what thou seest write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, unto Smyrna, unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me, and being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, and as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass. We're gonna run out of video here in a minute. I'll just let it keep playing, and it'll just loop. So I killed the volume because it just started skipping again. All right. His feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. So that's what he saw. And that was Jesus. And Jesus told him a bunch of stuff after that. Like a lot of stuff after that. And kind of at the very end of that stuff, he closes it out by saying these things, okay? He says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. This is actually to the church of Laodicea. But it's to us. In the time we're in now, it's to us. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Now listen to this, you guys. I'm not trying to insult anyone, but every one of us is in this state right here. Okay? Because thou sayest, I am rich, and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed. Now I'm going to stop there, because what he means by that really means eternal life. That's really another way of looking at buying raiment, that thou mayest be clothed. And that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, so thou mayest see, or that thou mayest see. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Now listen, this is what is so important, I think. And this is what changed my life right here. It really did. And I'm not just saying that. These next 3 verses, or 2 verses, or whatever. Because he gives us, any one of us, he gives any one of us who can read or hear this an opportunity to, it's like, take this opportunity. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. So that was it. That was what he said. And I found out it was true. What do you know? He is standing at the door, and if you open it, and listen for his voice, you'll hear it. That's what I gotta say. And truth is important, guys. We live in a world that it's like there's still a lot of people that are like, you know, still have this horrible reaction to the truth. But there's less and less of those people, it seems like. I believe that this is the time when there's an innumerable multitude of people being gathered and basically being converted, getting saved. That's what I think. So anyway, I'm going to head out, guys. Thank you. Love you all. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time. All right.